Tyrion tells Joffrey to convey his sympathies to Lady Stark. He then gets smacked for not listening. Afterwards, he tells Cersei and Jaime that Bran survived the fall. Cersei then visits Bran and says that she lost her son to fever when he was young. Jon visits his sister Arya. He gives her a thin, small sword. He then says that he'll miss her since he'll be going to the Night Watch. She names her sword Needle. Jon then comes to say goodbye to Bran. When he's done, Catelyn tells him to get out. Catelyn cries as she doesn't want Ned to go. Robb then gives his goodbyes to Jon. The convoy then leaves Winterfell. Ned tells Jon that it's a great honor to serve the Night Watch. The Starks have manned the wall for thousands of years. He then tells Jon that he has Stark blood. When Jon asks about his mother, Ned promises that they'll talk about it the next time they meet. They then part ways. The king and Ned talk about Daenerys Targaryen marching. When Ned says that she's harmless, Robb mentions that Rhaegar Targaryen killed Ned's sister and Khal Drogo has 100,000 soldiers. He's afraid they're coming for the throne. On their way, there are some assailants who are being taken to the wall to serve. When Jon asks Tyrion why he reads that much, he says that in his position he's required to know much. When Jon mentions the wall, Tyrion doesn't believe there's anything beyond it. Robb tells his mother that she can't be sitting all day next to Brandon. Rickon is 6 years old and needs her. He then suddenly sees a fire and leaves. When Catelyn looks out of the window, we suddenly see a man standing in the room who says she was not supposed to be in here. He tries to kill Brandon. Catelyn tries to stop him and she gets wounded in the process. But then the direwolf attacks the assassin and finishes him off. It then lays down next to Bran. Khaleesi asks her mates if there are any living dragons. She's told that they all have been killed by brave men. We then see that the men finally arrive at the Great Wall. Catelyn goes to the place where Bran was pushed off. Upon investigation, she finds a blonde hair. She then tells her people that Bran was most likely thrown from the tower, and then came the assassin. Someone wants to silence him. The Lannisters are suspected. One of the men says that the blade is fine Valyrian steel. Catelyn will go to King's Landing to warn Ned. She kisses Bran goodbye. As Sansa walks around the Lannister camp with her wolf, she bumps into Ilyn Page, the royal executioner. The Hound says that his tongue has been removed by the Mad King. Joffrey then walks with Sansa. They come across Arya playing with a butcher's boy. Joffrey then draws his sword and tells him to raise his stick. He then cuts the boy's face. Arya hits him with a stick. He then tries to cut down Arya with his sword. When he's about to strike, her wolf attacks his arm. Arya then raises his sword and Joffrey cries like a girl. She then throws it into the river. Arya then forces her direwolf to run away as Lannister soldiers are looking to kill it. At night, Ned's looking for Arya. Amanda tells him that the Lannisters took her. Ned arrives and is not happy. Cersei says that the butcher's boy and Arya with her wolf attacked Joffrey. When Arya denies it, they call in Sansa. She says she didn't see anything. Robb just tells Ned to discipline his kids. But Cersei then tells Robb to kill Arya's wolf. When the men say that they can't find it, Cersei says to kill Sansa's wolf. The girls then get mad about this. Cersei commands Ilyn Page to kill the wolf. Ned then insists that only he will do it. Sansa cries. Ned then sees the butcher's boy dead. The Hound killed him. Ned is upset. He then comes near the wolf and ends its life. Brandon awakens.